Hey folks, Greg Koch here for Wildwood Guitars. I'm with Laurence Juber. And
that's me.
You know what? I remember the first time I heard you play was I was in 8th grade. I just started playing guitar. That Rock for Campuchino was on TV all the time. And you were playing on that, and I got Back to the Egg, and I love that record.
So you're an egghead.
I am indeed. And then the one tune where it starts off with that little jazz rhythm. I stole that. I was like my first jazz.
That was actually a demo.
No kidding.
That's yeah. Baby's Request was a demo for the Mills Brothers. Paul had seen them in the south of France and said, "I'm going to write them a song."
No
so
kidding.
we demoed it and he sent it to them and they said, "Well, how much are you going to pay us to record it?" And he said, "Nothing. We'll do it ourselves." So we actually put out our demo on the record.
Well, I'll tell you what, you played your butt off on those records, and you've been playing your butt off ever since. Now, you know, obviously with the Wildwood connection, they did a limited run, Martin, of your guitar.
We did, yeah, not this one, but a variation on it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And what's different about it from?
Well, that was Toa.
Okay.
This one's Madagascar Rosewood.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, this is kind of, I like the way the pickup sounds on this, and it's been beaten up a bit. So I don't worry so much about it, you know.
I hear you.
And then I can cross international borders without fear of arrest.
Speaking of crossing international borders, how do you transfer your acoustic guitars hither and yon? Do you take it on board with you? Do you have a road case?
Yeah, I typically take it on board. Sometimes I have to sweet talk them, but I'll take it on board. But, you know, I always carry a gig bag that I can check if I have to.
Sure. That's always a menace. You never know.
Oh, no, it's a total crapshoot. I worry more about customs.
True.
Yeah, because that can be evil. You know, and I had a bad experience with customs going into Japan in January of 1980.
Oh, indeed. I recall said event.
And at that point, I was carrying a 1957 Les Paul Gold Top.
Oh.
And so the customs guy came in the room with a screwdriver and pointed to the guitar. And I had to take like all the panels and the truss rod cover off just to show that it wasn't like, you know, stuffed full of contraband. Yeah.
That's scary.
Not as scary as standing in line and seeing a customs guy pull out a bag of agricultural imports.
Indeed. So what's going on with you this year? What do y'all got? What are y'all up to professionally speaking?
Well, I have a book coming out in the spring. It's called Guitar with Wings, and it's all my unpublished pictures from Back to the Egg.
Oh, cool!
Or from the sessions, and some rockestra stuff. My brother took pictures from one of the Wembley concerts on the '79 UK tour. But it's also kind of my background, how I got into music, how I got into studio work, and I discovered all kinds of things while I was researching it. Albums I didn't know I played on that I played on. One Charles Aznavour record I played on was #1 in France for 48 weeks. I had no idea. I found it on my Wikipedia page. I mean, you know, things you learn.
Absolutely. You know, I was going to ask you, as a kid when I would watch that Rock for Campuchino thing, and, you know, and Plant was there with Rockpile, and The Who was playing, and so on and so forth. I always imagined like this hedonistic bacchanal going on backstage.
No, it was pretty normal. Actually.
Really?
It was, yeah, it was a bit chaotic. But we weren't all there the same night because it was a series of concerts. And you know, backstage is never what you think backstage is under those circumstances. I mean, the Bacchanal really was on stage. You know, Pete Townsend was more than a little drunk, and I'm playing Let It Be, the solo, and Pete's kind of like breathing brandy fumes down my neck. So, you know, it was an amazing. That whole thing was an amazing experience for me.
Very cool.
And then once I came to LA, I got into studio work, and then I gradually started doing the acoustic thing.
Right.
Now I'm gradually getting back into playing electric.
Are you sporting the SG or no?
I got from Wildwood, I won't even tell you how much I paid for it. It's a 60s tribute Les Paul Studio, matte black with P90 pickups. It plays better than any of my vintage Gibsons.
Oh, cool!
I have a dot 335. I have 57 gold top. I have the SG that I use with wings, 57 strap. This one plays better than anything.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and it's like less money than I paid for any decent guitar. But of course, it's not a Martin.
Right, of course. Well, cool. Well, thanks so much for taking some time out to talk with us. A pleasure meeting you, my friend.
Good to see you.
Take care of yourself. Greg Koch for Wildwood Vision. Adios.